Speech topic is same-sex marriage. There are a few topics more controversial than same-sex marriage. For centuries, marriages have been defined as the binding of a man and a woman. However, in more recent years, some people have attempted to change this. Merriam-Webster defines marriage as the state of being united to a person of the opposite sex as a husband or a wife in a consensual and contractual relationship recognized by law, and the state of being united to a person of the same sex in a relationship like that of a traditional marriage. Despite what many would like to believe, the issue of same-sex marriage or homosexuality is not modern. The term homosexuality was first used by a German psychologist, Caroline Maria Bernadotte, in the early 19th century. Gay marriages of two men were considered commonplace in Native American society. The need to balance human dignity and social norm is as old as civilization itself. Unfortunately, our society has been trained to dislike and disapprove of anything that we do not consider normal or that we do not understand. Mothers have scolded homosexual couples for being out in public, and a lot of society has looked upon homosexuality as a disease that needs to be cured. Religious advocates have made it crystal clear they do not approve of this way of life. Despite this scrutiny, the amount of openly gay people and couples has skyrocketed in the past few years. Some members of society are slowly beginning to accept the image of two gay men holding hands on a park bench, or two lesbian women on a romantic date. Beloved celebrities have gone from hiding their sexuality to being completely comfortable with their own lifestyles. A few well-known celebrities such as Ellen DeGeneres, Neil Patrick Harris, and Rosie O'Donnell have all come out and publicly stated they're homosexual. Are they any less humorous now that the public knows their sexual orientation? To me, the answer is no. Are they any less of a person now that the public knows where their sexual preference lies? And again, I believe the answer is still no. So the new question is, why are these people, who are just as much as people as any straight or heterosexual couple, being told that they can't marry the love of their life? Celebrities such as Kim Kardashian can get married and divorced within 72 days. Katy Perry and Russell Brand married each other and then got a divorce after 2 years. Neil Patrick Harris and his partner have been together happily for 8 years, and they aren't legally allowed to get married. Religion and politics both play major roles in the fight against the legalization of same-sex marriage. In many religions, homosexuality is viewed as a sin. Whether it is or it isn't, in the sin of God's eyes, it is not the problem. Our country was founded on beliefs that we are free, freedom of speech, freedom of press, and freedom of religion. So a religious group of people should not be allowed to control the laws that govern an entire nation. A homosexual person does not believe they are committing a sin. It is not fair to essentially force them to believe the same beliefs of others. It is not fair to make a law that says gays cannot get married just because a different group of people believes it's a sin. The Bible says it's also a sin to get drunk. There is not a mob scene of people walking in the streets of D.C. protesting people's right to buy alcohol just because it's against their beliefs. The same idea goes for same-sex marriage. Why is religion playing such a major role in an issue where religious beliefs should not be taken into consideration? Separation of church and state is a wonderful thing that is being completely thrown out in the debate of same-sex marriage. In my opinion, we are debating something that should have never been an issue. Bringing religion into the debate on same-sex marriage is unfair. A marriage is not officiated by church, it is officiated by the state. Politics is also a huge factor of same-sex marriage debate. During George W. Bush's reign as United States President, he endorsed an amendment barring civil unions from gays. This only caused reason for uprising in the states that did not agree with this. States like New York and New Mexico began defying the federal law and granting gay couples civil marriage licenses. Some politicians are skeptical to show support for a controversial cause, for fear that they too will be scrutinized and their personal views will be questioned. More often than not, people act in ways so that they will be viewed highly by their peers. People want others to think that they have good morals and values. But why are we questioning the values of someone? just because they are gay, or support or gay rights, or even don't care because it doesn't affect them. The argument should not be provoking a question of personal family values or even cultural values. Personal feeling toward the homosexuality is not what we should be taken into consideration, neither should religious beliefs. The argument is whether or not it is same-sex marriage should be legal. My opinion is it should have never been illegal. What is a person? What makes a family? These are questions that we don't have definite answers to. It varies from person to person. With our ability to make our own decisions and free will, each person would answer these questions differently. It is the job of our government to ensure that the people maintain our inalienable rights. Personal opinion, political views, or religious beliefs cannot be taken into consideration when the topic of same-sex marriage comes up.